So I'm filming this super quick update because I have a hockey game to watch, but I want to film it before I lose my thoughts. But anyway, so went and did my medical clearance today, and things just can't go smoothly for me, can they? So I went to go do it. If you haven't been following me with the whole dermoid cyst Osiris thing, yeah. Anyway, so I went to go get it filled out, and she's like, "Oh, I've been waiting till you got your MRI results." I'm like, "We got the MRI results." She's like, "Oh, have you had surgery though?" And I'm like, "No, not yet. We're working on that." She's like, "Okay." And she's like, "Oh, but they did find a some sort of cyst." I'm like, "Yes, they found a simple cyst and a dermoid cyst, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Okay." So she starts filling out the form, and then she gets to the part where a family history of cancer, and she's like, "History of cancer," and she's like, "Yeah, you've had." I'm like, No, I haven't." Do not write that. I'm like, "No, I haven't." And she's like, "Oh, but you do have the cyst." I'm like, "I have a dermoid cyst, not cancer." She's like, "Oh, but that can be cancerous, can it?" She's not a specialist, I get it, whatever. But this is the point where I was being very frustrated. I said, "No, the doctor said it is not cancer. It is a dermoid. It's only being removed because it's causing me pain. It does not actually need to be removed. It's not cancer." And she's like Googling, like she has like obviously a medical Google, but she's consulting that. And I'm thinking, really? Really? And I have done a lot of research. Only 2% of dermoids are cancerous, and it's extremely rare in someone that is premenopausal. So anyway, I am like freaking out at this point. I'm almost in tears. I said, "If you write down cancer, the adoption is done." I'm like, "I cannot adopt if you put down that I have cancer." And she's like, "Well, but I don't want to lie." I'm like, "But the other doctor said it is not cancer. It is not cancer." I'm like, "He told me I was born with it, and then the only reason it's causing problems now is because it's grown to a size that it's large, and yada yada." I'm like, "If you write down cancer, I cannot adopt. So please do not write that down." So she's consulting her online thing, and she's like, "Okay, I can't not write it down." I'm like, "That, I understand that." She's like, "So I'm going to write it down under other illnesses." I'm like, "That is fine." So my heart like finally went back down, and it's I can't remember what mature Terra something or another. And there's two things. There's an immature one, which is usually diagnosed in teens, and it's cancerous. There's the mature type, which is dermoids, which, like I said, less than 2% chance of it being cancerous, and of that, it's usually women in menopause. And so I'm like, if she was like at one point saying about wanting to wait till after surgery. I'm like, this form was supposed to be done weeks ago, because I actually had dropped it off early April and didn't hear back, so that's when I made the appointment. I'm like, this was supposed to be done weeks ago, and so if we're postponing till after surgery, that's months from now. I'm like, no. I'm like, there will be other forms. This is like the pre-qualifying one, my home study one, right? And I'm like, there's going to be another one that's like an approval one, which is my dossier one. So there will be one that's going to be due after surgery. So if something comes up, you can do it then. So she filled it out. Everything was fine. I find it funny because stuff like that happens, but then under, can this person biologically have a child, she wrote that there was no reason why I couldn't. Diminished ovarian reserve, endometriosis, like, hello. And then the other thing that makes me laugh, which I've seen every single person that is not a specialist do this. Vizan is not birth control, people. Vizan specifically says for endometriosis, and it specifically says not birth control. You must use birth control with this. So on my form, she put that I'm taking Vizan for birth control. I was not going to correct her. It's not going to correct her. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they don't care if I'm taking it, and like whatever. Which is going to come back weird though that I'm on birth control when I'm single. I don't know how they feel about stuff like that, but anyway, it's not going to be an issue, because when I do my actual home study, I'm going to say I'm on Vizan because of endometriosis. It's to control it. I'm fine, whatever. But I'm just like, I am so freaking tired of other people having control of my future. She could have wrote cancer and either destroyed my chances of adopting, if I had chose to submit it, which obviously I wouldn't have, or she could have demanded that we wait till after surgery, which would have delayed the adoption months. So, I can breathe though. She filled it out, whatever. It's just frustrating to like, if you followed my journey, every single thing has to be a fight. I'm really tired of it. Anyway, so my adoption paperwork is done now. I am sending everything off tomorrow. I have my debrief for my psych eval on Monday, which, if that does not go smoothly, I'm going to freak. There's no reason it shouldn't go smoothly. So I'm sending off the rest of the home study paperwork tomorrow so it can get there as soon as possible. I paid enough now to get my home visits done, so hopefully we can schedule those. My psych eval isn't necessary for my home study visits, so that's why I'm mailing off the other stuff so they get that right away. I'm actually in Calgary for my appointment regarding Osiris on Tuesday, so I will be dropping off my psych eval to the agency on Tuesday since I'm there anyway, and why not instead of paying for shipping. So anyway, that's my update. It's really frustrating how much control other people have over my life right now. Trying to let it go, but just can't. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to follow me on this journey. Hopefully everything else goes smoothly. Can we just have some smoothness? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys later. Bye, guys.